office later.
Good morning, it's 9:00 a.m. and we are here for consent agenda review and work session. Are there any agenda items that jumped out at anyone? If not, just take your time to look through them.
Just to note, you'd have 2 AP batches in there. They were able to get last week's and then this week's to you, so there are 2.
I'm scared to sign them.
Did Jim say that we're gonna be winterizing up the fairgrounds this last week?
I think they've already, I know they've blown out the sprinklers because they get the compressor first, and I know I saw us doing it here, so we had to have gotten it from them. I think he was working on it this week and next, or this week, last week and this week.
Okay, I just noticed the sprinklers were running Saturday night when it was raining.
They were?
Why aren't the sprinklers running right now?
The hand lines or the
Underground sprinklers.
The underground, like up and down Midway?
Yeah.
They shouldn't have been, yeah. Well,
By the stage there,
okay.
in front of the commercial building.
They just wanted to help the rain out. It wasn't raining hard enough.
A lot of people's sprinklers were running during that rain. They ran during it. Every house sprinkler was running.
Not if you have a smart system like mine.
Mine hasn't been on for a while.
I shut mine off too. I would just want to make sure they didn't miss one or.
Yeah, I'm checking. Actually, you know what? I don't have to do a budget extension.
I've been thinking on our budget, if we don't have correct numbers going into our 2026 budget, since we haven't really gotten them for a while with our expenses and our revenue, do we stay pretty firm with what our anticipated 2026 revenues are? And just budget that without
2025 revenues?
our anticipated 2026 revenue? Daryl will have a presentation, we're between Missy and Daryl.
Yeah, but Daryl said that he didn't even know what 26 revenues were going to be because he doesn't have the numbers from Missy. And he said he doesn't have time to even create them at this point because of the lack of time. Said that yesterday.
Well, Daryl's always gotten us something. He's usually a little under. We will have some, he's got to get us something.
Ask him to put us a lot under.
But just go with the,
I'll follow up with Daryl today.
but I think because we may not know what we have in our reserve, and I'm not saying it's not important, but we're gonna have to figure out 2025, and we're probably not gonna get it honestly in the next month. I mean, we start budget meetings next
2 weeks or a week? 2 weeks.
month, first part of November.
I
So
am
we're gonna
aware.
have to, I think we have a pretty good idea of what would be coming in, just from looking at our numbers for 2026 with our 2025 for 2024 numbers. I don't have another option, because we're gonna start our
It's
budget
gonna be
meetings.
hard for department heads to build their budgets too.
It's already been beyond
It's been a
difficult. We're
nightmare.
past the 11th hour, right? And that's why I was up again visiting with Mandy yesterday, and I'm gonna follow up again
So
today.
unless we reschedule towards the
So,
end of
we-
November?
I don't think it's gonna help,
I know, but
based on what everybody's telling me, all the department heads, directors.
But I'm
Like
starting to
it's-
lose sleep on this, like, we've gotta get this.
Oh,
But I think we used our Daryl will come up with some numbers.
I'll follow up with him today and.
Well, I mean, I have faith in Daryl, because he's always pulled through. Sometimes they're not 100% accurate, but he has a pretty good, to do it for so many years,
I know.
idea. So we can go with the revenues, the projected, that he projects.
Well, he's projecting lower, well, he's actually waffled the past couple of weeks. Because in the budget meeting 2 weeks ago, he said that we're down on revenues and down on sales tax, mainly because of the jail, right? Because of the city's gonna start collecting their share.
In
But
January.
yesterday, he said he expected to be up on REIT.
he said sales
Up
tax
on the
down,
sales
property
tax down.
tax down, reduction in values. And he wasn't sure what the reduction in values of data centers were gonna do. And he said REIT was good because there's sales going on.
And a lot of that will have information that Missy will
Did-
provide.
Did you get a chance to look at that sheet that I gave you, or those papers about? Chat about that later on.
So
too.
anyway, it's just a thought. And I thought that would be
Yeah.
something we could go off of, because I've never been in a situation where we're getting ready to roll into budget and we don't even really have our current numbers to,
Your department heads have never been in a situation where they don't know how to put their budgets together, which is where they're at right now. So,
new territory for all.
I'm working it. I don't know.
No,
if
I
I'm
know.
gonna-
I
I don't
mean,
know
it's
if I'm gonna
just,
pull a rabbit out of my hat, but I'm
no.
working it.
But
So.
I think if we,
Got 861 sales since the first.
I do have
Angry.
getting back to consent, I do have a walk-on to discuss when you're
okay,
ready.
sorry, Tom.
No, that's okay. No,
I mean,
it's
I'm
it's
losing
kind of
sleep
the
over
most
this, so
important
that's
thing
where
going
I'm
on
like,
right now, so.
how are we gonna make this work? So,
I got some ideas how to make it work next year.
I got ideas how to make it work next year too, so.
do you wanna share them, or,
Better share them in private
okay,
or with the people. I would share them with the people. I have no issue.
okay,
with
walk
that.
on, Tom.
So I was gonna have a consent item for Merchant McIntyre. This is the federal lobbyist group that does the federal grant writing for us. And then Barb Vasquez noticed a mistake in their letter just on dates. So I just got the updated one this morning. The term is from November 1st of this year through 12/31 of next year. That rated amount is $8,000 a month. For 2025, we will pay for November, December out of facilities professional services. But in 2026, we'll add that to our professional services in the budget meetings. So it won't need to be a budget extension because it'll be part of our budget meetings. But we will have signed a retainer with them today in consent. So,
Have you talked to the department heads
yes.
about this?
Yeah, we've had multiple meetings with this. And the big ones are Dell and Susie and Public Works. So the minute we sign this, they'll be reaching out to schedule meetings with all of the departments, including the sheriff as well, because there's a lot of law enforcement grants that are federal. And they'll begin working with departments immediately. So my hope was to get this done last month so that they would have an idea of what they could plug into budgets as far as projects that could be, federally funded. It just took too long to get it through the DAO's office. So I don't know that you'll see anything into a budget, but it's going to get us started and working on towards federal grants. So.
Could we share this with, because it's outside of current expense with Renew and with Public Works, could there be a
Sure.
division?
Yeah, I'm sure we could.
Definitely.
So the interesting thing is we're paying a retainer, right? We can't, because it's a federal lobbying firm, there's some slippery RCWs about an actual contract, which is why you pay a retainer to hold them. that retainer then can be, obviously, we can build that out. As a matter of fact, we can build that out to our community partners. You know, I mean, we could build that out to the city of Ephrata. If they wanted to use them for something, they could pay their retainer, you know, for the month. So there's a lot of opportunity there for us to, you know, to work this. And, but it's, you know, for the cost of a single FTE, we're getting a team of grant writers for federal funds for everybody in the county, not just a single department. So I think it's really
Well, I'm
hard not
just
to try.
seriously looking at rolling into 2026 budget. And if we're gonna add additional things before we go into our budget meetings, I think we need.
Well, and I can, so I guess, so as far as the consent item goes, right? So we know what it's for. We're retaining this firm, you know, for 14 months. For 2025, facilities has the cost covered. And then for 2026, it'll either be an adder to our budget or a budget extension, one of the two. So we'll do
That's to
that.
pursue grant funding and different
Right,
things, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry?
That's to pursue grant funds and all those things
Yes.
that you talked about.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what Public Works is doing for grant funding now. Yeah, because Dark is who did all of it, and then Castro kind of did it. Now we don't.
Well, and it was
did
Dave
'cause
Brenz,
Dave-
it was Dave Brenz, the county engineer typically chases those. So whoever our new county engineer is, that's one of the responsibilities that falls within
Yeah.
this wheelhouse.
Since we don't have one.
But we haven't had one in 8 months.
Yeah, but
So
we've
we
gone
now have a
from
bunch of grants for next year.
a few million of projects to, wasn't it 12 or 14 million? So Dave did secure a lot of funding for 2025.
Well, and again, another thing that this does for us, since these people reside in DC and they're constantly lobbying for us, one of my questions to them was, I know that Susie's very worried about her VOCA grants. And I asked them, I said, and first, when I brought up VOCA, they knew exactly what it was. But on top of that, they knew of other sources that would cover it if VOCA went down. And I said, well, that's what I need. I need somebody actively forecasting this and working with those department heads. And that's something that they do. So, and it's not through me. Susie will work with them directly.
Right.
Whoever our county engineer will work with them directly.
So
So
you say that contract is, we could give 30 days notice if we decide.
exactly.
We don't.
Yep. Yeah. If we're not getting a return on the investment, we can quit anytime. And that's my walk on. Thank you, Barb.
It'll be a $96,000. Did I do the math right? No.
Well, and what I've struggled with is how many meetings have we been in where, every department has said we need a grant writer.
Well, all of them.
Well, now we have one that says, so instead of the district court, or the sheriff hiring a grant writer who's just gonna work for them.
No, I think it's well worth it. I think they'll find $100,000 in revenue. I just would like to go into, again, I'm very hesitant rolling into, I proved the horrible forecast with our neighboring counties.
Yes,
And what the budget's looking like, layoffs and.
the struggle is real.
How many other counties do that? Do you know?
I can send you a list. Yeah, so they've got 5 or 6 different counties in Washington State. The lowest return on the investment was Island County, where for every dollar they spent, they brought $3 in. So they paid for their contract, so but that was the lowest one, a 3-to-1 ratio. I can't remember the name. I'll screw it up. Cooley Medical or somebody, I can't remember.
Cooley Medical, probably.
But their return was 68-to-1. And there's another county. I can get you the list. I apologize for not having
Yeah,
it.
Cooley Medical.
They're like 137.
And then since you have that, we could charge the grant funds that come in to pay for that service.
I think up to 2%. Oh,
That's
yeah,
on
if you write it
federal,
in,
but I'm
if you
saying
write
on
it in.
this.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think if they go out and get more federal funds for Dell, I'm sure he's going to be happy to pay a portion of that retainer. I'm sure the district court would pay for a portion of that retainer.
Well, district court would be current expense, but outside of current
Yeah, I'm
expense.
sorry, yeah.
I just have to be careful because it's really easy to throw everything under current expense and good when we have a lot of money, but it's not when we're struggling.
Yeah.
Gotta protect that pot of money. Good job.
I agree, 100%. We're kind of doing that by not hiring 10 different grant writers and only hiring.
Yeah, no, we definitely, I think we definitely protect it.
I don't have anything else.
Any consent agenda items that want to be discussed? Just looks like a bunch of money going out for grants. And which I don't full-heartedly agree with some of where they go, but
Oh, like what?
I don't know. There's a few big ones on there. If you can find them. But there's no way to fix how the system doesn't work. I'm one person, so.
Well, do you want to go into executive session to talk about it?
No, because it's like enormous. Only way you can change it's legislation, so not local. Are there any other topics you'd like to discuss? Any updates on anything?
The move is almost, well, pretty much complete over to CSHR. We've got some cleanup to do in the current HR building. Emily will be moving out of her little office and moving into Blair's old office. So that is underway.
So is Blair moving?
Blair's already moved.
Oh, he did move. Well, yesterday, he must have just,
He was on top of that.
Wasn't on top of it as everybody else. I had to beat HR in there. So they, yeah,
Well, they're excited.
nobody can complain, when you see Gina and Decorah with, pallet handlers and freaking hand trucks, and they're moving stacks of boxes themselves, it was kind of funny. There was just this trail going back and forth, but building's gonna work out really well. We do have some punch list items. We're gonna fix the parking lot this week. But it's going well. A lot of communication going back and forth on the coroner's office with the architect and Kevin. Kevin is meeting with the city of Moses Lake on Friday regarding the parking lot. So I did communicate with Dustin a little bit and then with Rob Carlindsey this week. So we have some meetings set up and that's, Kevin's going to bring that home for us, I'm confident. So that's where we're sitting on those items right now.
And Rob's been easy to work with.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've, outside of the meeting here, this is the only thing I've conversed with him about, but he was genuinely concerned. We discussed, internal dynamics there and some of the struggles. So he was definitely open to hearing my concerns, so.
He's got his work cut out for him over there.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I got my work cut out for me here.
We won't talk about that. Every day's a new day, Tom.
That's right. That's right.
I got woke up at 5:30 this morning with my fire alarm going off, smoke alarms.
what happened? Were they chirping or actually went off?
Oh no, they were going off. My daughter flew out of bed, came running into our room, and it's like, walked out, I'll smell the smoke. I'll replace some fire alarms tonight.
That happens when I cook.
I don't have to worry about that. I don't cook. I cook outside. Wake up the whole apartment building then.
Pretty much.
That's fine.
I have a couple questions for you guys. First, I know, Tom, you were talking about doing the Tyler Tech mock budget next week sometime. There's an hour from 2 to 3.
Hoping to do it then.
Okay.
I talked with Mandy about that last night. She looked pretty concerned, but I'm gonna push that. So Thought that was a great idea.
Okay, it'll be right after the budget and finance committee meeting.
Okay.
But were you wanting
But then they'll be in the room.
entire, yes, that was my thinking on it,
Perfect.
the entire board there?
Yeah.
Okay, I will take tentative off of that and send out invites
Yeah.
to everybody.
And if anybody calls in questions, just say, we're trying to work out the bugs before the actual meetings, and this is new, right? It's Tyler, and it's, I'm thinking I'm gonna have a new big screen TV in here that will be easy to see, but I want to show Rob what this looks like.
Is there anybody other than Mandy Mandy and
Vanessa.
Vanessa?
And Decorah.
The other question I had for the commissioners and Tom's input also, the tourism storage unit, they don't want to renew. The commissioners, you guys had said previously that you were fine with not renewing. I did reach out to Public Works and the fairgrounds about some of those bigger items that are in the storage unit. Nobody is interested in them. As far as I'm aware, nothing in there has any asset tags on it. So my question is, what do we do now?
What's in it?
It's a lot of like VHSs and DVDs of like old recordings of Grant County. There are a couple there's like a TV that they used to take to the trade show in Puyallup and like some table stuff, some lights. I sent the whole list with the pictures and stuff to Jan McKiernan and Andy Booth and John Brissy, and they said that they had no interest. But I know that a couple members of tourism had expressed some interest in some of those VHSs and DVDs, but nothing has asset tags on it, and there's not really any dollar amounts that you can put on those things. Do we just?
So I'm curious, I'm sorry. So that's all booth setup stuff, right? So when they go places and they're promoting Grant County, they were at the Spokane Golf Show last year, because there's the golf show and an outdoor show are shared in the same venue. So after you're done looking at all the golf stuff, then there's this outdoor event, and there's tourism booths from various counties there, but Grant County was very well represented there last year. So
By
Grant County Tourism. Yeah. So I'm curious if that's what that stuff is for, and if they're doing that, if they have a schedule of events that they're going to be going to promote.
they decided not to do the trade show was like their big one in Puyallup that they used to go to, and that was what they used to take that stuff to. They didn't go to that last year. I didn't remember them going to that.
You remember the nice Visit Grant County bags with the Velcro closing on top?
Yeah.
That's what I walked around the golf show with, collecting all my golf swag, was with that Grant County tourism bag that I grabbed at the outdoor show.
Well, so they had talked about, instead of having because they used to, from what I gather, shell out a good deal of money to be at that trade show. And I think they felt like they were not getting a good return on that. So they had chosen last year to do a conference or two instead of going to one trade show. And then they were not granted as much as they were wanting, and so then they pared that back even more. But they had all, at a couple of meetings, reviewed the items that were in the storage unit. Like Rochelle made a whole list and everything, and they don't
We
want.
talked about if the museum wanted some, because we talked about this about 2 months ago,
Yes.
8 weeks ago. I think we could just get rid of it. I thought we made a decision as to.
You guys had told me to reach out to Andy and Jim at the fairgrounds, and so to start there, and so I did. But then that was about as far as we got. There wasn't any other.
Okay,
I don't remember being given any other direction.
okay, I think that we were gonna reach out to them.
Um,
I'm okay. Well, we have a lot of, information that's just old information.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to just dispose of it. Well, I don't know if VHS, what you're gonna just store and put them in storage, nobody's gonna use them, want them.
So the LTAC, they've bought all this stuff.
not LTAC, tourism.
Tourism.
Yes, at some point, and I don't know when, I don't know
Who's on-
with what
Who's on the tourism right now?
dollars so Sean Cardwell's the chair, Pam Thorson's the vice chair, and then you have David McWalter, Karen Fox,
You do have a
Aaron
screen though,
Swinger.
you do have a screen, a big screen,
yes.
so I would keep that.
So everything that's in that storage unit, whenever it was purchased with public dollars.
I believe so,
So I would
yes.
suggest that whoever the chair is of tourism, they do a surplus request.
Yeah.
A zero value surplus request that, if nobody, wants the stuff, then we're gonna toss it and have that as a consent item, but it should be on an agenda so that you can say,
We need to have something in writing.
the public, that we notified the public that that's how we have to surplus everything.
We've been told in the past by accounting, if they have an asset tag number, then we have to go through the process.
Oh.
But if it does not have an asset tag, then it's not.
But we do have an expensive, I think Bill showed it to the commissioners years
Katie
ago,
and Emily.
that had a Grant County, it should have been a back wall. But we should save that.
So we
You know, a
should
pop-up.
look at the inventory
Screen,
list
back
and ensure
screen.
there is nothing tourism related.
Okay, I don't
So
remember if
Cindy's
that's on the
talking
list
about
or
the big
not,
hole.
I don't know. I can,
Well, look and see, I would definitely keep that because I think that was over $1,000 for that.
Is this stored somewhere?
it's up in Electric City, it's closer to Rochelle. Because it was in
She moved
Moses
it.
Lake, and then they were mainly using the storage unit to put all of the extra travel planners that they had, the ones that had not been distributed yet. And then when Rochelle took over, how many years ago, they switched to certified folder, and then they were just distributing all of the magazines in one go, and then having like a case or two, so I would have one, and Amanda would have one, and those, whatever. And so then, last year, they had asked to switch the storage unit from one in Moses Lake to one up in Electric City or Cooley City or wherever, so that way it was closer to Rochelle, since she's the main one getting in and out of it. But now, they don't use it for the magazines anymore, and it's just all of this random stuff, yeah, and so like, there's fabric panels and sands, halogen lighting, the Westinghouse TV and case, which those are the items that you guys had wanted me to reach out to Public Works and Fairgrounds about. They are not interested in them.
Fabric stands,
Mhm.
as in like dividers, as things we could use
I
as
think they
breakout
were
areas at the
backdrops.
lead conference.
Yeah, I think they were backdrops.
Oh, okay.
Like job fairs where you could put stuff up.
But yes, I think when they go,
Oh, okay.
movable
Like a
back
cubicle
walls.
panel.
But yeah, but it's for displaying like touristy things.
but I think they're portable.
You might just have to go to the storage unit and take a
Check it
look.
out. Yeah, I think so.
Because like if there was a Grant County background, that would be cool at lead.
They're just,
So I think we're gonna go up and rifle through their stuff. And then we're gonna
Basically
decide.
what
decide
we
if it's
need.
dump or keep.
Yeah,
they're,
yeah.
Should we take a
They're-
jump trailer while we're at it?
Yeah, probably.
Take one trip.
contract ends at the end of this year, so it would need to be sooner than later.
Field
But I
trip.
would, I would grab Jim too and go up there. There might be something he wants at the fairground.
Maybe bring the museum. Take John along.
I think the museum
Pass.
has enough stuff that if we see something that needs to go.
Barb and John. Thanks, Barb.
Field trip.
Volunteer.
So is that something that you are gonna coordinate, Tom? Is that something that you were wanting me to,
If you could coordinate it, it'd be great.
okay?
Yeah.
And are you wanting a commissioner, multiple
Well, we can
commissioners,
probably all go up, see who's available.
all of you guys holding hands at the storage unit?
Um,
Okay,
Go by,
All right, Bo.
yes.
All right, well then, we'll just take a 30-second recess until we're back for the sheriff's office update. Good morning, it's 9:31 a.m. and we're here with Bo Lamons for Sheriff's Office update. Good day, sir.
Hello.
morning.
Morning. So we are kind of right in the kind of the middle stages of our WASPIC accreditation, which is the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs. Every 4 years, we go through a reaccreditation cycle, so we're right in the middle of that. we'll be starting our mock assessment between January 30th and February 6th, followed by a site visit, and then after that in May, we'll go before the Professional Services Committee and crossing our fingers, be reaccredited for another 4 years. So it's a pretty big daunting task that we're in the middle of. The agency just completed EVOC training, which was the first time that I think we've sent every employee through, to include record staff, some of our positions in our department that typically don't operate sheriff's office vehicles. So we put everybody through, just give them a little exposure, get them some training, help them become better defensive drivers in their personal life, or if they're asked to operate some of our civilian-esque vehicles, that they do it in a safe and informed manner. LIDIG has kind of requested that we slow down some of our jail visits. We've been hitting them pretty hard here recently with, I think, New Hope, CBH. I think we're doing probably 2 or 3 a week, and they were probably between 8 and 16 people. So LIDIG's doing some painting. There's still some safety tripping hazards. So I don't know if you want to speak more to that.
Yeah, a little bit. So one of the issues is I've been talking to LIDIG for a while. I wanted to do a Facebook post to start inviting the public so they can see where their tax dollars are going. So that had to be worked through their safety and risk managers.
Yeah.
And then Mark gave me the go-ahead, but I had kind of told him, I said, these aren't, because I'm by myself and there's so much stuff going on, I'm not going to bring any more than 4 or 5 people, because that's all the hard hats you have. But then they asked me to kind of hold off on that a little bit, and no word ever went out about doing like public tours. But then apparently, and this is hearsay, Phil was bringing a group of high school students, and LIDIG caught wind of that, and they said, stop. And that's when they started asking people to slow down, because we hadn't even gotten to the point where we were bringing the public, and they really got worried about risk and safety, because there were still tripping hazards. There was some painting. They want to get some of that stuff done first.
Yeah.
They have not had a problem with us bringing our employees through, especially corrections and sheriff, because you guys are going to be occupying that space. I try and do it in smaller numbers, and that stuff they're fine with. It's the members of the public.
Yeah.
So I would just make sure that that's being communicated. Because my feeling was, and I haven't even talked to Phil about it yet, so I could be wrong, but the perception I got was he was kind of just showing up unannounced with a bunch of people, and I think LIDIG just gets real concerned about that, as they would.
Yeah.
Risk and safety. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll have staff tomorrow morning at 7, and we'll get on the same page with everybody.
Yeah, and as long as you're communicating that with John Hampshire down there, typically they don't care, right?
Yeah.
Especially when it's staff, that's one thing. I mean, I bring commissioners through there, I bring other employees through there, they don't care. So I think that's where they're coming from though.
Absolutely. Yeah. So then I don't know if anybody saw on the sheriff's office social media, town hall meetings are going to start again, and I think it was sent out to electeds to
Yeah, I got one.
an invitation. November 18th at the Moses Lake Substation on Lowry, 1274 Lowry at 6 p.m. November 18th. Did I say November 18th?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, November 18th at the Moses Lake Substation. And then if you haven't been to one of our swearing-ins of new employees, if you're here October 27th at 9 a.m., peek your head in our EOC. We'll be swearing in a couple of new employees. It's kind of a momentous occasion for young families or older people. I think one person is going to be sworn in is a former deputy from Pierce County who has kind of moved his family over here and wants to get a taste of Eastern Washington. So we're pretty excited to have him. He'll be about as much turnkey employee as you can find out there. So we're pretty happy for it. So,
And when is it swearing in?
That's on the 27th. It's a Monday, so we need to change our schedule maybe. So
there'll be,
Okay.
and not to, just information sharing,
Well,
not to
I
put
think-
any pressure on anybody, but,
Well, if we don't know, it's hard to jump over. Okay, so do you know what time the town hall meeting is?
6 PM.
Oh, 6 p.m. Okay, so I'm like trying to talk and keep.
No, I
write it
threw-
down
I threw a
and
lot of
I'm
numbers
running
out
over to
there.
My phone here.
Yeah, town hall is November 18 at 6 PM
Okay.
at the Moses Lake Substation, 1274 Lowry. And then the swearing in will be October 27th at 9 AM at the EOC. And they're very quick. Probably the longest part of it is family just taking pictures. So. Back to the board if you have any questions or clarifications or.
I got
Mr.
a
Gaines?
question for you. I'm gonna ask you with your city council hat on, so you know I'm temporarily sitting on Deer Park City Council, right?
Sitting on what?
The city council for the city of Deer Park.
Oh, okay.
And interestingly, my first night there and what they, every month, the first meeting of each month, John Knowles, the sheriff for Spokane County, brings us really awesome report of crime statistics in Spokane County. It's super complete. And I was showing it to Kevin and I was asking him if our sheriff's department, or sheriff's office ever made these reports for the board. I'd love to show it to you and I just haven't had a chance to catch up with Joe.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys could generate a report like this. It really gives you, just by paging through it, a really great idea where your county is sitting crime-wise on the various crimes. I thought it was just a really cool report. Do you do that for the city of Ephrata at all? Does the sheriff's office provide anything like that in the city? Or-
No, Chief Cook
Yeah.
with the city of Ephrata provides.
Does that?
Provides
Okay.
information to the city council.
I'll drop this packet off by your office. I just thought it was a really cool thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it was super helpful for Deer Park as they struggle with wanting to stand up their own. police
I know, I don't, depending upon kind of at what time frame we pull statistics, for a period of time, we bounced between two different CAD systems from our dispatch agency. So some, depending upon the time frame, could appear a little incomplete, so.
My last question is, I know that, speaking of daunting tasks, but the task of leaving one jail and moving to another one where your, operations and your policies are gonna have to be completely different. I know you guys are working really hard on that. Are there gonna be any briefings with like the BOCC about how you're progressing on that or what the expectation is gonna be and how that's gonna run? So I'm seeing Facebook posts coming from the sheriff's office about hiring new employees at the beginning of the year. I'm just not sure what that operation looks like. Do you know how are they gonna kind of provide updates on how that's going and what their plan is for moving in and operating the new jail?
Yeah, so I will.
Does that make sense?
Yep, a little bit. I think if I understand what you're asking, here, I don't know exactly the time frame, but Phil has been discussing, as soon as an area has less construction going on, or it seems complete and it's done, he anticipates on getting some employees up there, having some practical training on, we're gonna move a person from this area to this area. Let's simulate that. How many people do we need? Where's all the staff gonna come from? And then in the middle of that transport or walking that person from point A to point E, this happens.
Yeah.
What do we do now? And starting to get people in those new frame of minds. But yeah, because it's gonna be a totally different operating system for, we're so used to being shoulder to shoulder with somebody when you need help. If you have to leave 2 or 3 locked doors, down a corridor, a flight of stairs, across the building,
Yeah.
upstairs, through locked doors, through a corridor to give somebody help, it's, so yeah, those conversations are happening. I don't know if they're complete enough to give
No, that's fine. I was just curious
conceptual
if that was
picture of
kind
what
in-
we're
in the
doing.
works, though, yes.
yes, it is. It's being thought of and talked about, and I'll share your observations with Phil.
Awesome. Thanks. That was it.
Anything else for you, sir?
I don't think so.
Anything for Mr. Layman's?
No, I think I
No,
got
yeah,
our dog problem down in Cascade Valley taken care of for the time being anyway.
Dogs are fun. Animal and code enforcement.
Glad I didn't make that call.
Yeah, I was on the phone with her for an hour.
Yeah. I don't know if I know all about that.
but you want to know all
To
about
speak
that.
intelligently about that. I'm in investigation, so the code enforcement and stuff. I don't.
What are you hearing in code enforcement? We hear back from our constituents that they're busy, they're not gonna get to it. Well, one was a dog situation. A dog had jumped over to the neighbor's fence, 2 or 3 of the neighbor dogs, attacked their dog. I'm like, well, you need to call 911. It's not a code enforcement, it's actually a 911 call. But they just kind of relate. It's like, we've been told that they're not gonna be able to even get to it. We don't do animals, we're so backed up on code enforcement that, again, they were really frustrated at the time.
I don't know if necessarily that's all accurate. They are busy. It's never our communication to ever tell anybody we're just not going to get to it. That's just not in our culture. So I would probably push back a little bit on that if that's what's being shared.
Well, I told him, well, I'm asking, but I
Yeah.
did tell him, it was like, well, if you have a problem, it sounds like it's not a code, and I did ask the sheriff about that. He's like, no, absolutely, call 911, or, MAC dispatch, don't.
Yeah, and I
do a code
think the community recognizes some of the code enforcement stuff to a degree that it's in its entirety not a law enforcement issue. However, a marauding dog by RCW standards and attacking, cattle livestock or poultry livestock or domestic animals or people out for walks, that is a 911 call, not a
code enforcement.
I'm gonna do an email transmittal for code enforcement.
Yeah, that's what I told this gal. I said, even if you call the 762 number, that doesn't do any good. You need to call 911 or file a formal complaint.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you bring that up because that's kind of how we end most of our conversations with the public is at any time if you feel like you're not getting the service that you feel like you should be getting, call 762-1160 and ask for a supervisor to call you and explain your situation, regardless of what it is. We encourage the public to do that. So
according to the ordinances that we have in place, it is unlawful for any owner or custodian of any dog to permit any such dog to run loose or be at large upon any public street, highway, or public space.
We should though, that leash law, we should attach a map to it because if I'm just Joe Schmuckatelli out there and don't know anything about legal descriptions, I have no idea where I live in that leash law. Because it's, if you're in the area of, section 9 of block 27, and then it's just got this entire legal description, and that's the area that this enforcement occurs, it'd be great if attached to that leash law, we just had like a map.
yeah, without looking at the code, I think there's only like 9 animal control areas in the county, and if you're not within that area, dogs can roam at large, and it's the owners.
If you read the leash law though, it doesn't say like in Mattawa or in Quincy, it's just got this
So if we were to
one-page
put a
legal
map on
description
there,
of an area.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
So, I'm not gonna go out and find that brass pen. So,
we could maybe, highlight it or something. That would
I
make
looked it up the
easier.
other day, I was reading through it going, man, if I'm just John Q. Public, I have no idea where that is.
sure, yeah, or you're a new homeowner and
Yeah.
you're used
I think,
to
isn't that on the base, Larson?
Larson Bases, Parker Springs, and another thing is if you don't know your developments, Parker Springs is the area between L and K up on the hill. Brad, Joey, it's been so long since I've worked the road. I can't remember some of those roads up there. I think Shawana's probably the newest one. Shawana, Desert Air.
Oh, okay, Desert Air is one.
Yeah, Lakeview, I believe is. So some of the more denser
Okay.
residential unincorporated areas are, but 9 and Dotson is not an animal control area.
I assume Cascade Valley would be one of those.
I think Cascade Valley, is one of them. So, yeah, and either a map or,
something.
yeah, some.
I mean, I'd never looked at it until this call came in, and then I was like, I don't even know what our leash law is, so I looked it up, and it was like, oh, okay. Some of it's very straightforward, but some of it's just legal descriptions.
Something.
Yeah. Anything else?
It's not.
No, that's
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep. Have a good rest of your days.
We'll go to
See ya.
recess until 10 a.m. when we are back for HR. Good morning, it's 10:01 a.m. and we are here for our HR update. Good morning, Decorah.
Good morning.
So nice to have you in our building today.
I am very excited to be here in the building today.
How is the new building working out?
The new building
new office.
is so far fantastic. Want to thank the commissioners for making that available to us. It's wonderful. I want to thank Tom and Kevin for all the hard work they've done on it. It's great.
It's only 40 yards from this building.
I would say Tom's kind of the hero on this, this one.
Well, we all appreciate it. It's going to be really nice to be able to see employees behind closed doors, have them have privacy so they can have the availability and
Have a little more
And feel safe.
space.
yeah, and
That's
Yep.
good.
so we're very excited about it. So thank you all for making that possible for us. And to address Commissioners Jones's concerns, I will be frequenting over here often, so I am not that far.
good
Okay.
exercise.
It is good exercise,
That works both ways, though,
absolutely.
Exercise.
Yes. Okay. Would you like to ask for public comment?
Do any of the public have comment for our HR agenda today? We have no one in our audience. We have Carrie and Jim online.
Carrie has said that she has no public comment. Jim, I've given you the ability to unmute if you have any public comment for human resources related topics.
All right, well, no comments today.
Okay. So item 2, 3, and 4, I don't have anything for you. Item 5, position management. Yesterday in PMR, Development Service came and made the request for a second FTE for the deputy fire marshal. Is the board prepared to make a decision?
I'm a little reluctant. Oh, are you? I'm reluctant starting to build a team when we don't know what our finances are next year.
Okay.
It'd be nice to have that information.
Can we go into executive session on this one?
Sure.
Okay.
Hold on, let me sign in.
On a vacation over there.
What?
He's looking for a floral arrangement.
I already ordered it.
Sorry,
Oh.
Caitlin.
Did you really?
More copies.
Yeah,
Can use the hurry and cancel it.
I don't know why they're making me change my password so often on here.
Do you want me to, here,
On
I'll
what?
just go ahead and start it. Rob, do you want me to do it?
Every quarter, isn't it?
Wait, if I'm not locked
We
out.
change our password every quarter.
Yeah, but we're actually talking about changing. There's some new guidance coming out from.
Okay, I'm in, I'm ready,
Okay.
We can talk about it.
I'm ready. Where's the
Okay.
button at? Right there. Pops up. Let's go.
10:05 to 5:10. 10:05 to 10:10.
How much time do
10,
you need?
15,
Oh, you want 15 minutes?
probably.
Okay,
10 minutes.
we'll go 10:05 to 10:15. I can't add this morning. I'm not on anything.
Is this for evaluation?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to be going into executive session from 10:05 to 10:15 a.m. for evaluation RCW 42.30.1101G.
So if I move forward.
We are out of executive session. Direction was given to HR.
Item 6 and 7, I don't have any updates for you. 8, I will remind you that open enrollment for medical insurance will be November 17th through November 26th. Larissa will start sending out notifications of that soon. I had a question.
No, go ahead.
Oh.
I want to come back to something.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't want to.
that's good. And then flu shots today between 1 and 3 in Grand Coulee.
Grand Coulee's down here.
Yes.
Did we send a little thing out to all of our?
Yep, she sent out a reminder
Okay.
this morning.
Can I put on my tinfoil hat? Because
You,
I know
Your
some.
tinfoil?
Yeah, my tinfoil hat, because I
Yeah.
know some employees will ask. These flu shots do not contain any mRNA elements or anything like that.
I have no idea. You're gonna have to ask the nurse. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Well, no, so there are rumors over on the west side that flu shots and COVID boosters were combined.
Oh, this is not a combined.
Tom, maybe it is, we won't know. 2 weeks.
I know people in this county will ask that question. So,
Maybe
will
it is. I don't know.
Ask her when she gets here to verify.
but I'll go get my free flu shot.
Yep,
Don't forget,
so
it takes about 2 weeks to become a thing.
and make sure you bring your insurance card because they are gonna bill directly to the insurance company, so if you
Our
can.
president asked if the county commissioners have gotten theirs.
I'll say it's $10.
Didn't have the funds.
So recruitment,
Yes,
I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to say it openly in this public meeting. I want to
Wait,
talk
what
to you
number is
about
that?
number 7.
number
But
7.
it's just recruitment in general.
You're backtracking.
I want to work with you on a strategy to stop the PUD from actively poaching our employees.
Okay.
Which they're doing now, and I'm kind of tired of it.
Oh, are they poaching?
Yes,
Where they getting?
I'm not going to say.
Or
Should've
is
stayed
it
executive.
from somebody from within that worked previously at the county?
I'm just
Well, you
kind
need
of-
to go talk to
Yes.
their county manager. Director.
Yes.
Tom. I'm not looking at you, Dakar. I'm
No, no,
like-
no.
like,
It's just nonstop.
Yeah, I mean, we don't go into their building and talk to people.
They come over here to do that?
They've done that in the past. They're not doing it in this case. In this case, it's been a protracted deal, which I
And it's not an employee that went to them first?
not initially, no.
I think we're talking about 2 different peoples then.
Yeah,
Go to
probably.
executive session.
Yeah,
They
probably.
Because
got
I
it for
have
30
seen-
minutes.
'cause I
Let's go
have-
to executive session for 5 minutes, so I
Okay.
guess we can get the whole story.
Sorry, Kaylin.
For 10 minutes, you want to do 10 minutes, you can,
I do 30, I'm sure there's all kinds of topics.
I'm
I'm
sure.
just kidding.
we'll go till 10:30.
All right. We're going to go into executive session meeting at 10:18, returning at 10:30 for
Personnel.
personnel evaluation RCW 42.30.1101G. We are going to extend executive session for an additional 5 minutes. It is 10:35, we're out of executive session.
Next couple weeks.
Then
I
we need to work on
mean,
it.
I would do that we have plenty of chaos to show.
Yeah.
100%, and I like the.
Yeah.
Not just one, it's.
It is.
Found it out.
It is the cabal.
It's our solution.
Before, do you have any enlightening topics?
I do not have anything further. Does the board have anything for HR?
No, I don't. Kevin, Cindy? Hearing none.
Everything's going good in the county. We don't have any issues out there that we need to be apprised of.
I'm gonna knock on wood and say not as of right now.
Well, keep up the good work then.
Thank you.
Must be doing something
And
right.
congratulations on your move, and kudos to you and Gina for wheeling your
We need
stuff.
to
Yes.
re-email.
Oh,
We're-
Nova. I haven't-
We're
Yeah.
getting our exercises. We have
The other steps in
one
place.
more plant to move today, and it's the big one.
Do you have a card?
I think we're gonna have to carry it
Need a
because
And one.
I think that plant will walk itself over there.
It might, it's
Oh,
got
wait,
very
oh,
long
wait.
legs.
Can you, on the pull-out base, like large dowels that you can wrap around to stabilize it?
I think we'll all just
Carry it,
walk and carry it. It'll be a sight. You'll take pictures if you'd like.
like moving a dragon?
I don't know what we're gonna do with it when we
Not
get
gonna
it
want that
there.
on Facebook.
Nothing further?
Nothing
No.
So
further.
remember to get your shots.
We'll recess until 11 a.m. when we are back with commissioner meeting. Good morning, it is 11 a.m. and we are here for our weekly commissioners meeting. I will now call the meeting to order and begin with an open forum for public input, 3 minutes per person, 15-minute time limit. Do either of you gentlemen have a public comment? All right, we also have no attendees online,
What?
so
First?
I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second that?
There's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes to approve the agenda. Do we have any emails or letters of support?
I do not.
I don't believe so. Maybe next week.
All right.
You guys did it? The Cooley Medical Center?
Yeah.
Did we
Yeah.
do that?
I thought you had it. I thought you were printing it out.
You guys-
I did.
You guys
Remember I
did it
needed to
Thursday.
earlier. Did I take it
Yeah.
upstairs? I might
We
have
signed
taken
it
it
up, right?
upstairs.
I think you took it upstairs.
That's right, I forgot.
We do not have it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Are there any roundtable items today?
Just remind everybody to do if they want to get their flu shot, today it will be from 1 to 3 p.m. In the Grand Coulee room. That's a guess.
Yes,
Somewhere else.
Grand Coulee Conference.
Right.
You have one walk-on that I left upstairs.
Oh, you don't have with you? That's Tom's walk-on?
Correct.
We went over that earlier. What is going to be, what's that contract with, Tom?
Merchant McIntyre,
Merchant
LLC.
McIntyre, and how much was it?
It's $96,000 for 2026. It's going to be $16,000 for the remainder of 2025, which we will cover out of the city's professional
Okay,
fees.
just want to make sure we have those numbers in the motion. Any other roundtable items? Any consent agenda items that were considering being held or removed?
Nope, not this week.
Well then, if there's nothing else for roundtable, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the consent agenda items 1 through 13.
I'll second that.
There's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes to approve items 1 through 13.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the consent agenda item in the amount of $96,000 for, I can't read my own writing. Can you say the name?
Merchant McIntyre.
Thank you. To contract them to do grant.
Federal grants,
Federal
direct
grants.
between the federal government and the county.
Caitlin, did you get that?
Yes.
That's to include the 18,000 for 16,000 for November and December. right?
Okay, that will be coming out of,
Facilities maintenance,
Facilities
professional
maintenance.
services.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes to approve the walk-on item with Merchant McIntyre for $16,000 for the rest of 2025 and $96,000 for 2026.
so Tom may be reaching out, hopefully he's reaching out to Public Works, and if you guys want to share on part of that, but they will go out and,
We've met with them.
okay.
Yeah.
We're just hoping it doesn't, the
Nice
full
with your
amount doesn't
places
come out
and
of
go
great
upstairs
expense,
and
we
get
need
to
to
walk
share that with Renew and Public Works.
That's
So it
okay,
looks like we get a
because I'm
start
not sure
order
where
and
it's
some
at.
fun things.
We'll see if we get them.
Any questions? We're good.
You were good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See you later.
Well, that was easy. Usually we have questions, you guys do that.
I'll follow up on that budget stuff, the earlier emails.
Thank you.
Scary.
Community Development Block Grant application.
I know we're still on live. Everybody get comment. Casual conversation back.
I am gonna take a couple of hours annual tomorrow afternoon. I have to take off a little bit early, so.
Well, actually, if you,
Subrecipient agreement with the Housing Authority.
That's true.
and I bet you have your hours.
I know I do.
Let's whip it with what you're really thinking about it there, Robert.
Especially if she worked all weekend.
Subrecipient agreement with Hope Source.
But it can't be too- I don't know if you were like that.
That's all right. I think Barb ran up to get the walk-ons.
Yeah,
Roger,
fix
get
all
the flower
these.
situation squared away.
Oh, yeah.
We're worried that you've got flowers coming from, yeah,
Two,
$100 bouquet. That's
not
$300.
$20.
Request the DocuSign.
$20.
That's it?
That's why I ordered it. I could get my
On-
food, my flowers, some butter, because I have no butter, all for less than a flower bouquet in town.
And they're delivering
Not
from Bellevue,
surprised.
but you
They're
guys.
delivering it from Wenatchee. I put the Bellevue address.
Is that from Costco?
Yeah.
They'll actually deliver?
Nerd.
Shop, what part, right?
Oh, man.
What's
I
it?
did not need to know that.
No, it's pretty cool. It's
9% fee, just like Walmart.
Yep.
Shop right,
I don't remember what it's called.
cart, something, Instacart,
Instacart.
Instacart. Yeah, I did-
September
but then
29th
because
minutes.
I added 2 or 3 more items and then I hit it, so I had my.
I didn't know if you were gonna be like
And then my previous order
testing. Oh, well, then I'll
was
just
so
keep
I
the,
just double
okay.
delivered.
I
I'm
don't
like,
care.
oh.
I don't care.
It's kind of funny, it was when Damien was still working here, he told me this story. Alexa, they divorced Alexa in their house because they had one of those Echo Dots in the kitchen, and his kid kept walking by and just telling Alexa to order stuff. And they started getting these boxes just showing up on the doorstep. They're like, what is all this
Minutes.
stuff?
Alexa's listening in. The things that pop up on my Amazon.
Intergovernmental cooperation agreement.
Yeah, I don't know what you would do before Amazon.
So it's written on the boxes. That's just sure you can order something really heavy, I'm like,
What did I order?
You
Oh,
missed the
brick
front.
pavers.
On that Merchant McIntyre, well, I didn't ask him if I could sign it, so you'll have to.
You
sign
did.
it. Oh,
You
okay.
put for you to sign it, so they'll
Okay.
just sign the cover.
Yeah.
That's your walk on.
Shane? How are you, sir?
He doesn't know Blair's not up there
Hey,
anymore.
you're not going
Blair's
to,
not up
you're not
there.
going to see Blair, are you?
Yes.
He's across the street.
Over in Old Fred Dentistry. Go in the back door.
Resolution for
Just
road
Take it away from the.
load restrictions.
They're parking in the back.
Mhm.
Unique, yeah, we've got a thing in Grant County.
Where signs are going up today.
Put
Prevention and promotion of
honorable-
plant services.
Tompkins
Will you do the?
gold plated. See how long that takes to swirl around.
The infamous.
Oh, infamous.
County administrator.
Dang, that looks just like an Adobe signature right there. Does that not look like Adobe? That looks computer generated.
Grant distribution agreement.
Kevin gives you the eye like, what's wrong with this guy?
Walk on request.
Or add something into.
So I don't forget.
Did you see the calendar appointment that I put The appointment that I put on your calendar.
No.
Okay, it's at 3 today.
You've told it like 4 times. I have a notes there.
Yeah, but I titled it something
Awesome.
really awesome. Just like I do with all of my Limbo tickets. Not Limbo.
At least
Home
she didn't,
desk.
at least she didn't send it with my email this time, so.
That's true. I didn't.
I apologize, commissioners, I did not, on the Public Works resolution, I did not put a sticker there, so there's a resolution on the back there.
Yep, I'll sign that one.
What are we gonna do with you?
That's 2 today. Wait till the 3rd strike. Oh my goodness, 3 strikes and you're out. That's gonna be a big one.
I'm ready to go home. You just tell me.
I might have to send
Walk it to
myself
you.
home.
The walk of shame.
The walk of shame today.
Let's say I have, you walk it over to him, the walk of shame, but
Oh.
Darn it,
Sure is a small.
basic.
Do you want to scan that in, or do you care?
Fishbowl.
I don't care. You
You
know,
want me just, well, it'll go into
Yeah,
the system and it'll generate your thing.
Do you have anything else for this meeting? All right, we will recess our weekly commissioners meeting at 10 a.m. and we will return at 11:30 a.m. for WCRG insurance update. Good morning, it's 11:30 a.m. and we are here for a WCRG insurance update with Shane Heston and Risk Coordinator Blair Koch.
Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So got 3 reports. They've been passed out. Just going to take a look at the current policy here, which we're just about wrapped up with. We've got just about a month and 10 days left of this policy. From a trending standpoint, compared to this year's to last year, we're about 20 less claims. However, the amount that we've incurred is actually a little higher. So that means the claims are settling for higher, which is a trend we've seen consistently across the board. Hasn't been a lot of activities this last 30 days as far as reporting. Of course, this ends October 1st and we're already halfway through the month. So I think we did report a claim here 2 weeks ago. But there's a few open claims on there that we're still going through, other vehicle hit, insured vehicle, there's going through the subrogation, as we just talked about. There's people going with minimum limits that's not giving us adequate recovery, and there's some uninsured motorists in there as well. We're still dealing with people like hitting the fairgrounds fence that are underinsured. That's, I think, happened 4 times this last year. It's been interesting. Not sure. Glad we didn't lose the dental building to a collision. That wouldn't have been good in a new building. But if you could just take a look at the policy loss runs 24-25 as of 10/1. That's the report we're focused on at the moment. If there's any questions, I'll do the best I can answer those. And we are doing a notable job on getting these closed sooner, so these reports aren't lagging on.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Yeah, it changes the perspective of things as well. So if there's no questions with that, how about we go up to the next report will be the all open claims. We run a report for any claim that's currently open. This goes back for all policy years. They go back over 10 years on at least one claim. A lot of these are in what's called the L category status, which is litigated. If you see the O, that's open. R for the status it's been reserved, or sorry, reopened. So you're only going to see L's and S's would be subrogation. We're seeking subrogation. We noticed on the second page, the property coverage, the bottom claim as an S category. That's one of the recoveries we're trying to recover on the the fairgrounds fence. We did get a subrogation check last week, $15. So we're recovering a little bit. Not sure how effective that's gonna be, but long-term installments of $15 on a couple $1,000 claim is gonna take a while to pay off, so probably be on some of our careers here, so. Blair, do you have any input on the open ones here? I know we're doing a better job keeping.
Yeah, towards the end of this month, probably this week, I'll be making a call in to have 8 of them being dropped off, so they'll be falling off our record at the end of this month. So we'll have 8 more of our claims that are currently open drop off. So they'll be off our record. So that'll help us even more. So that will be a good thing to see. Next time we meet in December, they'll be gone. So, or November, sorry, correction, November, they'll be gone. So that'll be a nice thing, seeing 8 claims gone.
It's probably the big one you're gonna notice would be on the first page there, the gray claim. That one's wrapped up now, I believe, so that one's gonna go off.
Yep, that's one of them too. That'll be gone.
But about 4.8 million total is what's on this report right now that's currently open.
So, W1797, what was that? The rear end provision plumbing,
Oh,
that was just recent.
yep, yeah, we rear-ended somebody out there on Wheeler Road. I'm guessing it's probably during the construction phase out there. You know, they're changing that to a 4-lane to a 3-lane out there. There's been a few accidents up there.
That was one of our deputies, thought they were pulling forward and they weren't. They didn't go and wasn't paying attention and rear-ended a vehicle. So no damage to our car, but did damage. That's the one you sent me, Tom. That was filled out incorrectly on a near miss form. So
But our officer was pulling forward?
No,
they were pulling forward. They were in front. The truck was in front. Our deputy was behind them and rear-ended them. The deputy
So-
thought it was our fault.
Okay, this is the second time we've had an officer not paying attention in a traffic
Mhm.
stop. Fines her 3 times. If I was in that vehicle, I would be getting ticketed for a ticket 3 times the regular amount. I'm just saying.
So
If you go to the third from the bottom on that first page, that more claim, you see that it's reserved for 565 and we paid 30 and it's in the closed category. So I'm guessing those reserves are gonna go back
should be, yeah.
on that one. So that would be nice to kind of get that category flipped around. That was the one out there by the feedlot in Quincy. Truck was pulling out. They're claiming that we didn't have a truck warning sign out in that area, which,
That one's closed out. I didn't know that one was closed. Cool.
yeah, it says closed on the 3.
Nice. Oh,
I don't know if it's actually gonna close off, but it has a closed date.
okay, very nice. I'll have to reach out to them.
We just have to change the category on that one.
They'll leave it L. They just leave it marked as litigated for their records, so it'll stay as L. So
Okay. Any questions on that? And then this is a policy here that 2021, the one that we're watching because of the limits being, exhausted or close to being exhausted. So really nothing on that first page. We've got the second page. We've got the two litigated claims on there. Still not sure how that's going to end up out there at the drowning situation, but it says it's closed, but I think they're appealing that, I'm sure. About 10 million on that one to date, so that leaves us, just about 4.8 million left over on that, depending on how these things get adjudicated. We could still go back and get a claim for this policy year too, so I mean, we're not out of the woods yet, but this is something we're keeping a close eye on. Any questions on that one? Okay. As we talked about last month, we did put together the excess policy. So we do have the extra liability. It started the 26th of September. So now we do have 21 million occurrence limit. Gives us, a broader cushion against our limits here. Policy's been issued and it's enforced as we speak, so wanted to just give that report. It is a net payable 30 on that, so I think Blair was saying that the bill was sent in for last week for payment. Do we know if that was?
I don't know.
We don't know. But we do have to pay the London office here in 30 days. So we did a net 15 to the county. So if we could maybe just check to see.
I'll shoot an email.
Who sent that payment?
I sent it to Mandy. I got the payment. I sent it to Mandy. I sent,
It was like last week or the week before, 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? 2 weeks ago we
It was
approved
sent
it.
to Mandy on October 8th, but that's one of those ones where accounting pays it and then they bill the departments however is needed, those insurance ones. So Mandy had replied to Blair, and then I know Blair ended up calling her because she was asking for
who to bill it to.
she was asking for like an invoice breakdown by line of coverage, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I
because
know-
we were dividing that one out.
Yeah.
Yes, and I know Blair called to follow up.
So did we?
Do you know if she got it? Because she sent me an email on that, asking me how I wanted to do that. but
Yeah,
that was-
I don't know. She never
All right,
called me back
I'll
on that.
follow up on that today.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And the last thing we're working on is renewal. We should be getting the renewal invoicing here shortly. We'll bring that in. I'll meet with Blair and Tom and everybody else that would like to meet. We'll bring out ID cards. We'll go meet with each department, make sure their schedules are updated. But one thing Blair and I were just speaking about is our schedules are more accurate than they have ever been to date, and I feel good about that. That's the effort of Blair spending the extra time going through over 300 vehicles. I mean, you have a large fleet. And it's quite honestly something that, you know, you could easily have something on there you no longer have, or have something you don't have scheduled. So I feel pretty good about that. We've done cost guides in all the buildings. Right now, we're formulating the new jail, the costs on that, as far as the square footage and the breakdown. So we should be good on that. We won't be endorsing that on this policy here, but when the building actually comes off the builder's risk and we take possession and get our temporary occupancy certificate or whatever that is, and say, get the green light, we'll add it, we'll endorse it, and then it will be on the county's policy, so.
So it'll be on the counter. Never mind.
Yeah, it should be on builder's risk right now.
It is, yeah.
Liability, we're carrying the liability, but then the contractor has the building materials.
Is there gonna be any kind of an invoice to the county when you take that over and it comes off a builder's risk? Is it just-
When we endorse it to the county's policy, there would be an additional premium charge for that.
And we're gonna figure out what, we're gonna be working with WCRG to find out roughly what it's gonna be, so we have an idea. That's,
Let me know as soon as
yeah.
you know.
Yes, that I will, as soon as I know, because I'm working with Shane, that's why I got those numbers from you to have.
We're trying to get that in advance, so there won't be a sticker shock. I mean, it's gonna be, you know, it's $100 million building at least, what we're insuring, so.
Well, we might have that in savings, you know, from the project. Charge that against, I would assume.
So we'll look into that, so.
Outside of that, that's all I have for the update.
Thanks for changing your schedule for this.
Oh, I'm happy to do that. It's easy for me. I just block off the third Tuesday of the month and just, it's your guys' day, whatever you need. So happy to do that, yeah. All right. Commissioners, any questions for? Okay.
None for me right now.
Anything? Okay.
Not right now.
All right, all right. Sounds good. Well, thanks for your time, and we'll continue to try to prevent claims. And it's one of those things, people and machinery, you know?
Gonna happen.
Yeah. We had a really bad accident in front of our office yesterday. I mean, the guy got airlifted out. I don't know if he made it or not, but truck and trailer pulled over, a little Ford Explorer pulling a trailer, and he just pulled over in front of the office there, walking between the truck and trailer, and the vehicle just comes off Stratford, just wham, and he gets crushed between the trailer and just gets thrown about 10 feet, knocks him out cold.
You're any afraid in Moses?
Moses like right in front of the office. We got it all on video. It's bad. I mean,
Wow.
it was so bad that the lawyer showed up that day and asked for a copy of the video. I'm like, you better get a good lawyer. That's gonna be bad.
Wow.
I hope he made it.
Did you give
I
her a
hope
hard?
he's okay. Was he an elderly person or?
He was in his upper years, yeah.
Where at on Stratford?
The car was coming off Stratford. This car that got hit was right in front of my office on Broadway, 108 West Broadway there, and just pulled over out in the parking strip and walking between the truck and trailer, and the trailer got hit and the trailer hit him and just launched him. I mean, he just did. It was pretty bad. So, yeah, just paying attention. I don't know what they're thinking. Okay.
All right, we will recess for today at 11:43.
143.